Oh, God. Jade with 15, Tiffany with 20.
1, 2.
This is going to be hilarious. Jade wins. Jade out for 2 weeks. You would have been smarter on your trades with me, my friend. Sorry, I have to vent right now. Stephanie Vaquer's music, the new one that they gave her on Raw this week. Like, for anybody that's watched AEW and doesn't watch a lot of WWE,
will be up in
think of
just
what
about
happened
2
when Mina
minutes'
Shirakawa
time.
was given new
Running
music.
some ad breaks on Twitch, so we don't have to run
The only
through the main
difference
show.
is I am definitely looking forward to Ciampa
Raw
versus
force
Fletcher
feeding
tonight,
this music anyway.
along with the rest of the card coming up. So that being said, we'll be back here in about 2 minutes. As we it's so bad
just,
because even
going through an ad break
singer of the
right now. So stay
song,
tuned and we'll be up.
which I get it, he's probably fishing for royalties too, but he's openly come out and said, yeah, you got full permission to use it. I don't know why they gave it. Oh, folks, assume the pose. Everybody needs to do the pose as you go here. It's the newest thing now these days. If you're on SmackDown, it's the Kit Wilson, and if you're in AEW or AEW Raw,
And from Lagos, Nigeria, weighing in at 273
it's playing up to my capture card because I got an auto center function on now, so it chugs a little bit. I love the fact that these guys get caught in their animations. Like, they'll get caught in your taunts and they won't be able to get out of it. It's one of the biggest problems I've had with this game. I would like to see if they were able to do like a taunt cancel. And also the automatic camera is real stupid when it comes to this. Because everybody's so spaced out, you get to watch. Oh, God. Andrade fooling around the wrong way. Oh. Like I was saying, he got caught in the animation there on the taunt. Okay. That's an El Grande net shot there. That was an El Grande net shot if I ever seen one. Time for our main event, and I realize right now I screwed up. Normally in a triple threat in this game, you're supposed to do 2 faces and a heel. Well, I did 2 heels and a face here. Ludwig Kaiser, Braun Breaker, Mike the Ref, triple threat, Extreme Rules. So at the beginning of the show, Breaker and Kaiser were too busy bickering each other about getting the main event, so it said, screw it, both of you get it. And, well, Triple H came up and said any match between Mike the Ref and Braun Breaker, whether it's triple threat, 4-way, or anything, will get a match rating boost. Oh, no, here we go! Through the table! Let's go! We haven't had a table break yet. Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. This show is Super Kick! Let go! Let go! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No. This life is going great! Let's go!
She's healthy.
Let's go!
Is she healthy?
Yeah!
Apparently, she's back.
Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new AEW Dynamite Sidecast here over on the Mike the Ref Twitch channel and the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel. As always, folks, it is a pleasure having y'all here tonight. Forgive me, I'm just playing with something as we're going through this here. If you take a look on the left, if you're watching on Twitch here, you do get to see the what's coming up tonight for Backbreaker. Sorry, I had to add a different one in there just so we get everybody involved here. That's what I was doing here for the old Twitch gang here. We are we're into week 6 of Backbreaker Wrestling, Backbreaker Madness. We got our first quarterfinal in the BPW World Title Tournament, as well as round 4 of 5 of our wildcard tournament. We could have the finals finished up tonight. If MTR gets a victory, it's going to make the last week rather interesting. So there is a possibility it could be a 3-way or a 4-way going into the Arrival PLE coming up in a few weeks here. So, but yeah, looking at tonight's card, let's take this down. You know what? I'll leave that up until we get going here in a minute or so here, and then. But yeah, looking at tonight's card, like it looks like the main event's going to be the strap match between Statlander and Thekla, which makes me wonder if we're actually going to get a title change on Dynamite tonight with the women's title. Hey, Homer, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. We got Ciampa and Fletcher for the TNT title. I don't know if we'll get a flip or not. We could. Wouldn't hurt my feelings if we did. And then they also announced that they're doing they're running Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong versus Daniel Garcia and Clark Connors. So sort of here we go. Sorry, I did have it pulled up. Yeah, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong versus Daniel Garcia and Clark Connors. That might be the turn where Roddy turns on Orange and joins up with Clark specifically. Maybe not with Roddy, not with the Death Riders, but maybe with Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd. Wouldn't be the worst pick in the world. Then we're also getting the Don Callis family, Death Riders Part 3, 4, something like that. Yeah, it's going to be Mark Davis, Josh Alexander, and Konosuke Takeshita versus Mox, Claudio, and Mox, Claudio, and Pac, which I think this might be the A version of the trios teams for the Death Riders. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then we got the Rascals, the Young Bucks, and a mystery team going for that shot against FTR. And in terms of the mystery team, I did post it on socials earlier today. I do feel that we're going to probably, if you look by the silhouettes, it's actually the Acclaimed. Because you could see the buzz cut for Caster and the bald head for Bowens. But it could be Private Party. It could be the Hurt Syndicate. It could be a brand new team that none of us think of. It could be there could be a surprise coming out. And I was actually making fun on socials. Deporticus taking the night off. And anybody that takes time off for a good mental health day, I will always support that. But it also seems when some of these big streamers take the night off from streaming one of these shows, whether it be Collision, whether it be Dynamite, whether it be Raw, whether it be SmackDown, or a PLE, we end up getting some big surprise happening. So, to be honest, I really do hope that's the case. But yeah, I got a feeling tonight's going to be a lot of fun. Whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Twitch. For those watching on YouTube, we are doing our first ever vertical stream over there. So I wanted to try out the vertical. We'll play up some of the things, see if it's working well, and I want to see how things go along with it. It just seems like a lot of people that are watching on the YouTube are watching via handheld, so this might actually be a little bit of a bonus for you. So just trying to help out, trying to see what works, trying to see what people like, see what people dislike. In February, we're doing a lot of tinkering here and a lot of playthrough. Like, in order for me to do the vertical stream, I had to kick out the enhanced streaming that we're doing on Twitch. We'll see. Like I said, there's a lot of things we could do here and a lot of things we could play with here. We'll see how things go together, as the kids say. But yeah, once again, everybody, just thank you for being here. Let's clear things up. We're gonna get into Dynamite here in just a moment. But yeah, I gotta say, I am looking forward to Saturday. I'm looking forward to Grand Slam Australia. Yes, we will be here despite it being Valentine's Day. To be honest, like, I'm not going to get into Valentine's Day because that's probably one of the roughest days of the year for me personally. But in terms of just dealing with just how we celebrate Valentine's Day as in general now, I think it's finally been cut down quite a bit. It's more about, you treat each other well all throughout the year, not just on certain days. Are we starting with Swerve and Omega right off the bat? They're supposed to do a face-to-face between Swerve and Omega, which very well could set... I don't know if it's going to set up a Revolution match. We talked about this earlier. Kenny Omega has commitments in Japan the week of Revolution. So... Yep, we're doing a face-to-face. Of course, Shivani's going to be in there. And they're in the confusing city in the States, aka Ontario, CA. Which, if you're from Canada, that's Ontario. But Ontario, the province, not the city. But you know what I mean. All this pyro and he's wearing jeans. Oh, it's amazing. But yeah, once again, everybody, thank you for being here, checking things out. But yeah, after what happened the last few weeks here with Swerve. Oh, there you go, the nut shot. Canada, some of the best. Well, you got Omega here, which is a clear example of that, Styles, and I completely agree with you. By the way, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. No, between, Cope, we got Omega, and we're just literally talking about the AEW roster. You go around the world, you get to talk about so many different wrestlers. You got Cope, you got Omega, you got Alexander, Bailey. Sorry, I was waiting for the music to kick in a little bit here. But, yeah, we got Swerve coming out. And you can go all like Christian as well. Of course, we haven't seen him in forever. It makes you wonder if they're going to have Swerve maybe get some backup. Could Omega possibly get Cope and Christian as his backup? There might be a slight possibility of that happening. I don't know if it'll totally come to fruition, but good to hear Danielson back on commentary again. I know the last few weeks he's been out due to basically his neck's been acting up for all the time that he's really been like all the flights and travel and all that. So I wonder how long this interview is going to actually be, because we got some really good matches coming up here tonight. Figure he'd still be wrestling. Yeah, true. I do think they took some time out. I think Cope had a movie that he was doing. Christian, I'm not 100% sure, but So funny from this straight up angle that they got. It looks like Omega's got his face busted in. He had a damn diverticulitis, you dumbass. Nowhere to be found. Oh, God, they brought up the word suspension. This is not good. Oh, my. Sorry, folks. Just wanted to get some socials out, let everybody know we're live. Kenny reminds me of Lynn from ECW. Oh, Jerry Lynn. Oh no, he's a director backstage too. I get the resemblance. He just there we go. Put that a little bigger for you. No, Jerry. I do see a lot of the same common sense that. Oh wow. Ha! Oh, I love it. Attaboy, Omega. They did it because they wanted to. That's simply is the way they put it here. So. Yeah, the beer holder too, right? Sucks that it's like they do have to speak. They got to remind everybody this is the final runaround, right? Or I got a better one. If it's his house, this is my world. Wow. Really brought up Hangman too. No, you would have had a screwdriver in the head. We're finally getting it. Let's go. Thank you, Michael. I hope you like the new format here, because I'd like to think about changing it up here to the vertical stream here. So we'll see how it goes. Accept or yield. Wow. Let's go. And this crowd is just eating it up right now. Let's go make. All right, here we go. I guess fight's accepted. It just depends on when we're going to get it, right? Uh-oh. Have a Don Callis family member come out, break it up. At least Kenny got rid of the watch so he can fully punch somebody. Ontario, California, the home of the Young Bucks. Which makes a lot of sense because they're flying straight out of there. A lot of them are going straight to Australia after this. Because they're going to have to... probably the shortest flight they can get is from Ontario. Or from LAX, basically, is where they're at, so... Well, Omega's got a chair already. We're already getting this fight. Plastic garbage can. Yeah, the Young Bucks. They're from Ontario, California. That's where... Where was... What's that? The promotion that they used to be a part of. Everybody used to be part of. God, I'm having a brain fart for the moment here. That's not good. With the Battle of Los Angeles and stuff like that, that promotion there, that's where this is all located. Guys, if they're on the entrance ramp, get a damn spot. There we go. Get a damn spotlight on them. Into the LED board. V-Trigger into the LED board. Oh my God, One Wing Angel threw off the stage. It's coming. We know it's coming. Let's go. Nats, how are you doing tonight, sir? Thank you. Oh, God. Spear through the table. No, PWG. There we go. It took me long enough. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. That's where it came out of. got it there. 365 comes out of BC. And definitely is not the same level as this one. But no, PWG, that's where it's out of Ontario, California as well. Or Rosetta, California. Just basically arm and leg. Yeah, Nats, thank you. I've cleaned up. We got rid of the enhanced broadcasting, but we started vertical streaming over on YouTube. So trying to see what combination is going to work out great for this stream. So. The women are getting the main event tonight, folks. Let's just call it what it is. You look at that graphic for the triple threat and you tell me that isn't the Acclaimed as the middle team based on those silhouettes. So we're starting with the TNT title match? Because they normally show the matches sort of in reverse order. No, maybe not. He's gone to white tonight, folks. He bleed. Okay. Good pick by AEW. Hey. You talking about Clark Connors? Absolutely. It's an easy pickup too, because you know his girlfriend might be the champion by the end of the night. All right, time for the death. Oh, Tomasso Ciampa. Okay, sorry, my apologies. I forgot you're a huge Ciampa fan. Ciampa being a good pickup. Clark Connors is a good pickup too. Sorry, they're both great. No, Ciampa getting picked up. Did you notice he sent out a post on X this week when they showed the Gargano storyline where he's probably going to end up in NXT? Like these are working? Absolutely. Oh my God. Attaboy, Claudio. And Claudio's coming out with this lucha mask. Looks like Excalibur, so. If you guys didn't hear as well, if you're an NFL fan, AEW is coming out with lucha masks at the end of the month here. Featuring all 32 NFL teams. So I already have my Buffalo Bills mask. I might wear one of these days. It's hard to wear the mask and have the glasses, right? And my eyes are just that bad that I need them. So yeah, just a reminder, this Saturday stream is going to be 2.5 hours for Collision. Because they are starting, they're going to start 8 p.m. Eastern. But it's going to go 2.5 hours, so. My God, you know how many blue chippers they have in AEW right now? Just looking through the entire roster here of everybody that's hanging out, it is just staggering the level of high-end talent that they have here for AEW. Whether it be like you got Takeshita, who's a former IWGP champion. They got Alexander in this matchup, who is a former TNA heavyweight champion, 2-time, multiple-time tag champion. Mark Davis, multiple-time IWGP tag team champion. But then on the other side, well, Mox, you can say a million things about him. Pac, between Dragon Gate, NXT. Like, it is amazing to see the level of talent just in this match alone. Hey, Vic, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well tonight, sir. It's been a heat, and we actually got the rivalry between Omega and Swerve going now. And I still don't know if we're going to be doing a Revolution, but I think Meltzer's the one that said AEW's about 5-star matches, WWE's not. Well, no, Meltzer's the one who gives the 5-star matches. My apologies. No, it's great. We actually are doing our first vertical over on the YouTube channel, so just trying to experiment out. And I appreciate you being here. Whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on YouTube, it's always great seeing you here. But it's been interesting. Like WWE, I hate to say this, but WWE, I think, just takes everything for granted that they have all this extra time available, right? Running some production for tomorrow. Nice. I'm glad to see you're back. Let's get a horn for that. Let's get I'll get a shout out going, and then basically it was just a promo between. Sorry, my keyboard decided to go international instead of Canada. Ugh. If you guys aren't following, please give Vic a follow there. Basically just Omega and Swerve just basically saying, you know, I'm better than you. I want a good match. I want to fight with you. And they brawled up into the stands. What I think it's pretty much the way we sum it up here tonight. So, I appreciate you too, sir. So we're gonna go there. They had a backstage interview with Kyle Fletcher where he told Callis to hang out and don't get involved in the match with him and Ciampa, which means Ciampa will win and Fletcher's gonna be all pissed. Oh my God. Got rid of DVR, so I'm recapping later. Nice. Claudio just deadlifted Mark Davis. Like, that is core strength on top of core strength here, folks. All right, now we just broke it down to a hockey fight. This is the home of the Ontario Kings. Takeshita don't really care about this 6-man tag. He's just like, no, we're going to go after everything. Hey, PJC, things are looking fun. We had Kenny Omega go through a 2 tables outside the ring. A little face-to-face with Swerve to start off. We had Kyle Fletcher ask Don Callis to stay in the backstage for the title match tonight, which I'm assuming, based on this 6-man tag going on right now, I'm assuming that it's going to be at the top of the hour, the TNT title match, because they've already announced that the women's strap match is going to be the main event tonight. But we got some good matches lining up here tonight. I'm assuming the 3-team tag is going to be next. Crossbody into just said nope and into a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. That's amazing. And once again, everybody, for those I'm giving a special shout out to our YouTube viewers. Thank you for being here. First time being vertical. I want to see if we get a bunch of. I just want to see if people pay attention, pay notice to get to see things here. So we'll see how things go here. If you guys like it, we'll keep doing it. Simple as that. Twitch is working towards doing some vertical streaming too, folks. So I am on the list for the beta, but just got to wait for approval. Got everything ready to go. So as we head into our first picture, and like I said, once again, just a reminder that Saturday's stream is going to be 2.5 hours of AEW Collision. They are running a little bit overtime, which I sort of expect. I do expect a lot of crazy things to happen at that show. So I do expect, I'm expecting at least a title change. That's another thing too that I expect as we go along. So I think the women's tag titles do get changed. I do think the Iconics are probably going to debut there if they are if they're going to show up in AEW. This is the best shot for them to happen. So there we go. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, just playing around with the new setup here. On YouTube, or on Twitch, it's pretty much the same thing. I just changed up a few things to try and make things run a little more smoothly here. As I just wish my monitors would work properly, but that's just me. But no, we're having yeah, it dropped again. Damn it. Ugh. I really wonder what's going to happen here with this, but now that I'm going vertical and horizontal, there ain't much I could do unless I want to switch back to OBS, but as we come back from the commercial break here. Now, tonight's edition of Saturday's edition of Grand Slam definitely does feel like it's going to be a very strong one. Hey, so how you doing tonight? I'm sure you're pretty excited for your match tonight over on BPW Madness. Finally get a faction tag as you get to team up with Marina and Megan. And I got a little bit of a story for you behind that one tonight when we get to it for the other side. What are you doing with BBW? First of all, it's you, Megan Bain, Marina Shafir versus Kayla J, Game Time Will Jackson, and Assisted Spandex, which is Natz's character, in a 6-person tag team action here. As we were looking to get everybody back on TV who didn't make it through to the quarterfinals, give everybody a shot as we get back into it a little bit more here. And Monet just said she didn't want to work, so we didn't let her work. I was going to make her work, but Kayla sort of made me change my mind, but we'll talk about that during the show, so. Oh, here we go. Alexander's got to be feeling weird here. I don't think he's ever been... he's never been attacked like that. And Claudio just picks up Davis like it's nothing. Again. Oh, got the sunset flip out of it instead. Ketsinoli did not want to go down on that first one. That is hilarious. Are you freaking kidding me? They're not waiting for the pay-per-view, folks. We got our main event for next week. TK be cooking right now. Do I think it's going to end up in a non-finish? Probably. Am I going to be loving to see it? Absolutely. Yeah, Zodiac, if you missed it earlier, we started with the face-off, face-to-face between Omega and Strickland, and it ended up with the two fighting around the crowd, going up on the stage, and Strickland putting Omega through a table. So we're getting that match next week, so... Hey, Andre, how you doing tonight, sir? Everybody piling in tonight. Good to see everybody here. Doing good. I'm glad to hear. Hope you're enjoying this great episode of Dynamite tonight. Surprised we're not getting it. It's already loaded for Saturday. It's not like we need much more, right? Like, I'm assuming we're going to get something with Fletcher. Haven't watched it. I'd recommend you watch a little bit more here, Andre, to be honest. Especially these last few weeks. They have been absolutely cooking. Top of the hour, probably getting Kyle Fletcher and Tomasso Ciampa. Main event tonight is Kris Statlander and Thekla for the world title. In a strap match. Moxley the cutter out of nowhere. Death Treaders were looking to block. It's like in Hollywood Squares. You got to look to block if you're going to block, right? Yes, I know that's an aged reference, but, you know, I'm old. But yeah, I'm pretty much guessing that Mox gets pinned here. So there's the advantage coming up in at Grand Slam on Saturday. What did you guys think about the news that leaked out that they're taking double or nothing to Arthur Ashe? Oh, he actually hit it properly this time. Pac sneaks around. I think it'll be pretty cool for that. And I know, Vic, you'll get an opportunity to pop into to there. It's probably close enough for you, I would think. Don't know why they are as a big deal. I haven't heard of most of these arenas. Well, Arthur Ashe, basically the home. No MSG in the Rosemont Horizon? Yeah. Arthur Ashe, that's where they hosted the first Grand Slam, right? Big thing is, when it comes to Arthur Ashe, it is the next biggest... It's one of the biggest venues that they have in New York. It's actually bigger than MSG, but smaller than the Giants Field. But we usually get more of an attendance. Speaking of Jets fans, so Alexander takes the pin. Okay. I guess that's one way to do it. I still think Takeshita and Mox is going to be an absolute barn burner of a match. They got so much story behind it right now, like Takeshita beating Moxley at the during the C2. Moxley basically having every title that Takeshita ever wants. They're doing TNT early. Let's go. Folks, get your popcorn ready. It's right after the commercial break. We got Tomasso Ciampa, Kyle Fletcher. Let's just say the Modi category is starting to get filled up rather quickly here. So, but yeah, tonight is absolutely gone off to a great start, and I know that this match sort of felt like a preview for Saturday. And let's face it, in many respects, it probably was. Oh, breaking news right now. Toronto Blue Jays lost out on another pitcher that they were probably looking for long relief as Chris Bassett goes to the Orioles for 1 year, $18.5 million. So it's going to be tough with two of the starters for the Jays essentially out for right now. Well, we don't know what Barrios is like, but we'll be talking a little bit more Blue Jays here at the end of the month here, and we already have MLB The Show 26 lined up, so that's going to be a big week in March for us here. So I've actually booked the entire week off between WWE and MLB. There's enough video games to play that I decided to take some extra time off here, but when it comes to AEW, like, this is the last, with Grand Slam coming up on Saturday, we're starting to work towards Revolution, which I know we're going to book one match here tonight. We're going to solidify one spot with the three-way tag team match, the mystery team versus the Rascals versus the Bucks. And if whoever wins that is going to get FTR Revolution, apparently. So, and then we're going to have, what, a month to build that up? Not the worst thing in the world to have a month to build up a match, but at the same time, it's almost a hurry up and go kind of thing. Tag team division in AEW has gotten a little stagnant lately, which I can understand a few issues with that, but it just, when you only have 4 hours a week to book, you got to be very careful on how you use that time. And for what has been out there, it's been a very good product so far. It's just that they're having problems with they're showing very good-looking women in the crowd. That's always a good thing for, Valentine's Day week. Oh, this is going to be a humdinger of a match, folks. Always good to see Lance Archer out here as well. Fletcher getting ready to do that work tonight. So, folks, I wonder what's going to happen here. Are we going to actually get legit Callis not being involved in it? Or is he going to see things going downhill, try to get Archer to interfere, and in the end it's going to be it's going to be tainted one way or the other? Because really, to give Fletcher a hero's welcome without a title, all you got to do is get him to lose and just smack the shit out of Don Callis. I do find it funny, the side plates on the title. Ciampa just looks amazing. Let's just call it straight up. This is a bit of a homecoming here for Ciampa because he was a PWG mainstay. And with that being said, like, this is a home game for Ciampa in many ways, even though I do. And unfortunately, we get to hear Don Callis. Good thing I'm here to sort of counteract that for all of y'all. But it is sort of interesting what they're possibly going to do. I like the fact that the F Don Callis chants are sort of getting muted out by the Ciampa chants. I'm always a fan of having positive stuff coming up over negative. I love that. I love that post. This match is about to be ridiculous. But the thing is, it's for the TNT title, so it does only have a 20-minute limit. Could we run the full 20? If we end up running the full 20, oh yes, PJC, that's what we've done. We've I decided to go to vertical for YouTube just to change things up. I want to see what makes things successful here. So yeah, this is the first time we're doing this, and if it ends up being successful, it might be the regular. I do want to fix things up a little bit here. Just I'll always be tinkering, but you know. No, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad that you're enjoying the feed, and the home base will always be Twitch for me right now unless something drastically changes. But always trying to get more people in over on the Purple app, which once again, everybody, feel free to stop by over on Twitch and check things out. Oh, God. I do appreciate the gray in the beard of Ciampa. Just because, you know, a lot of people would get shied away from it. And it wouldn't surprise me if other promotions wanted him to dye it. But the gray sort of tells me, you know, you are experienced. All right, that sucked. But no, I appreciate the positive feedback there. I want to make sure everything was sounding good, looking good. The only issue I've been having is the connectivity issues, and that's just a meld thing that they need to figure out on their back end, which right now, admittedly, it's not going to affect me changing things up, but we might going forward. Over the top. Oh, the Callis chants start coming through in Dearest. But yeah, if you are over on the Red app, please feel free to hit that thumbs up. They got that finger away from the camera rather quickly, didn't they? Now they're going to try to do this again. Just so awesome seeing Ciampa get the work in that he is right now. Fletcher getting delivered pillar to post, so makes me wonder, is there a possibility they okay, this ain't good. Half and half suplex on the floor. That's going to do a lot here, so. All right, going to a picture-in-picture break here, and as we're going through here, we're starting to get that part of the story where things are starting to change a little bit here, and like we're just about to hit the 10-minute mark here of for the match itself. It wouldn't surprise me if they go to a time limit draw and then they redo this down in Australia. But I also think there's got to be some kind of kick where Fletcher possibly gets rid of Callis in a hurry. And the fact that it might be Callis' fault why Takeshita ends up losing the Mox, even though it's like with the Continental rules, if you show up, if anybody outside the wrestlers show up, they're supposed to get severely suspended or whatever. Could there be a possibility of something crazy happening with that it'll probably cause an automatic DQ, or maybe Okada comes out and interferes, causing the DQ automatically for Takeshita. It wouldn't surprise me if something crazy like that does happen, so. But yeah, with these other these other three matches going on, I wonder how much time they're actually going to get, because we're going to do 4 matches in an hour. Yes, I know it's AEW and we're going to run overtime, but yeah, things are going with this back and forth spot. It's hard to, you're imagining the crowd just going off on it, even though, you can't actually hear it. Your crowd, oh, oh, oh. And they've timed it perfectly to come back on a double down. Like both guys down and out right now. And Fletcher goes flying over the top. Did he pull his groin going over the top? And Tomasso wrecks his knee on the post. Fletcher's bleeding. We got our first set of blood tonight, folks. Oh, no. Thought he was going to go for a brain buster. That would not have been good. Whoa, no. I don't know if that's the more appropriate one on that one or if it's just this. Either way, like, ugh. I'm guessing the latter because it is an air raid crash after all, but damn, that's a shot. Oh, and a knee to the face. That's going to end it. Nope. That's what Brian, didn't you listen to what he said? Widow's Bell. Go for the brain buster. Nope. Reverse DDT. Now it's anybody's ball game. Ciampa's face is saying it all. This is absolutely spending him right now. Big shots here right now. Unloading by Ciampa. Is he going for air raid crash off the top? Oh, he bit him. Straight up biting. Attaboy. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Backdrop driver from the top. You don't often see that get pulled off regardless. Blue. Was it the lightning bomb that Ibushi does? AKA the last ride? What a pop and a pop there. Excalibur, you know, he's talking about it being his third match. You know, these guys do know how to... this is supposed to be an open challenge all the time, right? Oh, shout out to Steed. Is Fletcher going to win this? Nope, knee to the face. Void the half and half. And into Knox. No way. The look on Ciampa's face is priceless right now. Let's go. Who's more shocked, Fletcher or Ciampa there? And they're both staring at the same camera at the same time. That's a nice meme as it would be. Uh-oh, trying to set up a super brain buster. Jesus! Effortless! Effortless! Effortless on that sunset flip there. Oh God. Oh, but his momentum caught him right into the knee. Let's go. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was a kick out or roll of the shoulder, whatever. Fletcher is not going down that easy. This is amazing. Like this match, this is screaming rematch right here. Like Fletcher doesn't know where he is. He just knows not to kick out. That's an Osprey trait that he learned. He did get baited in. Hot shot of the corner. Kick to the back of the... Oh, God. Oh, oh, did he get nailed with that? Brain Buster! Oh, I thought he was going to steal a finisher. Why not? Michinoku driver. Oh, my. Brain Buster times 3. Wow. Wow. That's what you got to do on this one. Like, seriously. I want a rematch. I want a rematch. Like 4 or 5 rematches. As many as humanly possible, please. Like, that was flipping off. That match is absolutely awesome. Remember, some people still think Kyle Fletcher... Well, you got to remember. You got to remember the TNT title is supposed to be that work in progress title. I get what you're saying. 2-time champ, my goat, Kyle Fletcher. Oh, I can't wait for Saturday. Might be right there with Swerve Andrade. Yeah. This match right here was just absolutely spectacular. He's going to get booed out of the building. Give us our debut. Are we getting Briscoe again? Briscoe's like, you said anybody? Who is the mystery team? We don't know yet. They still haven't run the match yet. When's the last time Fletcher did have a match in the candidate? Probably when he was tagging with someone. Oh, this is going to... As a singles match, I'm not sure. Probably one of those matches that really doesn't get a real finish. Fletcher's so obvious, like, so obviously a blue chipper. When he unfortunately killed Adam Cole. No, that was a tag. That match that gave Adam Cole the concussion, that was a tag match. They never actually got the singles match for it. Why? Ladder match? Yep, ladder match. This crowd just piped up in a hurry. Oh, well, now here's the question. What do you do for your main event now? Do you do the women's tag with the hometown girl? Do you do the ladder match with the hometown boy? Do you do Moxley Takeshita? Which I almost think you're probably going to open with that now. Based on everything going on. I would expect the TNT title to go in the middle of the show. Your prediction for the mystery team is Edge and Christian. You know what? If it ends up being Cope and Christian, I would not mind that at all. Based on the silhouettes, if you look at them, it is Caster and Bowens. There's been a lot of talk today online about Private Party still being under AEW contract, so it could be them. Would it hurt my feelings if it was an other? Like it literally somebody we have no clue about. I'd love Cope and Cage too. Like having them in California, that would be a hell of a pop. But here's the thing. You have two face teams going on. Juice and Jay White. Apparently White's still a long way away from coming back, so I don't know if I expect that, but I'm just happy to see that we're going to get a mystery team out of this. So we're told, yeah, absolutely. Like, let's put it this way. I'd rather be surprised that it happens rather than worrying about it happening itself. And that's one thing I do enjoy. Like, I know I get spoiled a lot. Like when I get spoiled by you guys too. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of wrestling things, having different information spoiled to me about stuff, it really doesn't bother me a whole lot. Because for me, it's more about the reaction than it is the actual reveal. Because I like to see what it's going to look like when something happens, when somebody gets into a position like that. But you never know. Like, honestly, as things go along, like if it ends up being Cope and Cage, I think the place would go unglued. I think if it ends up being Private Party, it would be absolutely insane. If it'd be the Hurt Syndicate back together, that would also be absolutely nuts. Could it be Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus? You never know. I doubt it, but Swerve in Our Glory? Yeah, you never know. Here we go, the big announcement. Okay, so yeah, they're announcing All In. I thought they were announcing Double or Nothing here. Oh, we're talking about who possibly could be the mystery team for the three-way tonight. Because we got, if you look by the silhouettes, it's the Acclaimed. But Private Party's been talked about a lot online today. You got Cope and Christian. You got Swerve in Our Glory. We got Juice and Jay. Now they're hyping up the women's tag title match on Saturday, which I honestly believe there will be a tag title change. And I think I'm going to call it right here, just before we get to an ad break here on Twitch. I think either Willow or Harley eats the pin. Harley turns heel, but gets the assistance of Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay. And they run as a faction now, which forces Willow to hook up with Statlander, which has been a while. That's my very quick booking summary of what I see here going forward on Saturday. That's why I consider it like a main event spot. It's going to be a fun match either way. But yeah, we're... if you missed it, Vic, we do have a new TNT champion. Ciampa's reign was 2.5 weeks. As Kyle Fletcher has regained the TNT title, as they're going home to Australia, and it's going to be a ladder match between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher. I don't know if it's that disappointing. I think it's going to be... I almost think that they might flip the title back to Ciampa sooner than later. Whether it ends up being at Revolution. Could you honestly put Ciampa in... After watching that match tonight, and I know Zodiac's 100% behind this, could there be a possibility they do Ciampa-Fletcher rematch at the Kia Center on March 15th for Revolution? I sure as hell think so. The typical 80s wrestler right here, Clark Connors. Looking like Disco Inferno more and more every day. Yeah, I just announced it about 20 minutes here up on the stream here. $1.8 million for 1 year. Bassett just couldn't wait around anymore, right? I think he probably would have ended up, he would have been the 5th starter on this team to start off. But then probably end up being the long reliever as they go along because he fits too well in that role. I'm holding, as they say. Roddy is not doing any posing. He's just going straight to the ring. I'm so glad that they actually paid for fonts for Cassidy. Because before it used to be just like handwritten scribble. At least now it's a font you can read. Could you imagine any of those guys bald? And you know, Moxley being bald could also be, you know, an experienced man on this. So, no, sorry, Nats. I was just saying that Bassett was going to be a 5th starter or a long reliever, depending on injuries. But they weren't going to sign him until they knew what they had. Like, I'll be honest, the Jays are probably going to sign Scherzer again for 1 year. And he's going to fit that role. They didn't have enough room for 2 of them. And Bassett, frankly, just didn't want to wait that long to get a job, right? Because the longer you go into spring training, the more likely your pitching staff's getting solidified. I really wonder what the Jays are going to be like this year. I do think they're going to get sent back a little bit compared to where they were. But it's nice to see Clark Connors here in AEW. Like I was saying, he is the he does look like Disco Inferno quite a bit. And to be a heel, that's one of the best. Going to Wrigleyville in April. Let's go. Give you a horn on that one. I've been to the local yard twice. I haven't been to a major league field at all. Hey, that's nice. You and your brother going together. I love that. It's like Orange is like, wait, what the hell are you doing? Roddy is just so pissed with this group. Like, it almost makes you believe that they're going to... Norfolk to Chicago. Hey, that's... If you can get a cheap enough flight that goes that quick, I am all for that. Like, I expect things from down south to be... I expect things to go down in price quite a bit here overall, whether it be flights, whether it be stuff. As we go into picture in picture. But if you get an opportunity to, if you have an opportunity to experience life, I highly recommend you do so, because you only have X amount of time. Like I've always said, you can always have as much money as you want. You can lose all the money you want. But time is something you can never get back. So make the most of every moment that you can. And I know sometimes this time of year is tough for a lot of people. I appreciate you no matter what. Especially coming in here, hopping in, saying hi, or just, even if you're lurking in the background, just enjoying the atmosphere and whatnot, you're always appreciated here. So Everybody's got a story. Trying to get up to Toronto in October. Hey, I appreciate it. By the way, everybody, if you're on Twitch, check out our Discord link down below. You know every time that we're going live. I am going to try and get a little more active on there as we go. Are you trying to go for a Jays or what kind of trip are you going there? Some news dropped today that might have changed a few things about that cheaper part. So things might be going down overall in cost a little bit here, I think. So I know we don't want to get into politics, but some political stuff went down today that might be changing a few things. So Cubs Pirates. Please, I sure as hell hope you get a Skeens game, because outside of a Skeens game, I don't know if you're going to get a whole lot. Like those Pirates, until they actually invent a salary floor for until they invent a salary floor for teams and the Pirates actually have to spend some money, they ain't going to have a whole lot. Like right now they got two guys, Connor Griffin and Paul Skeens. Other than that, even O'Neal Cruz is like, how fast can I get the hell out of here? But yeah, just in terms of MLB, like the Pirates really don't have a whole lot. Oh, all right, here we go. Was that? All right, with Connors, I don't know what that was supposed to be. Oh, does Roderick walk away here? Yep. That's it. We're done. Yep. That was coming. His wife's about to be bald. I actually think it's going to be Wheeler. I think it's going to be Wheeler. That's more of a fun story about that. So now Orange is going to have to try and win this on his own. But I'm expecting Gabe Kidd to come out and, just ruin this whole thing anyway. But you had to expect this sort of happen here, right? Like, we all knew that Roderick was going to walk out eventually. Well, you're dead. At least he might be partially dead for a moment, but... All right, well, Darby took care of Clark, so maybe that's how this evens out. That works out okay then. So Roderick's going to get a win even though he bailed out. And Orange wins regardless. That's hilarious. Moxley's looking like, what the hell? How did you get caught in that? And now we're randomly going to get Tony coming out? Okay. Oh, never mind. She's up top. I'm assuming Marina shows up there. Wheeler shows up in the ring. Orange wins low. Yeah. I'll give you that one. Oh, Tony. Mixed martial asshole. Former lovers. How many does she have? I still think it's going to be Wheeler. Wow. 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 Wheeler's got to be the most anxious about this of anybody. Moxley's thinking of like, witty to say here, we got nothing. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Wheeler is definitely getting balled out of after this. Oh shit! I forgot about. You know this card is absolutely stacked when you forget about Paige and Elidolo. Like you know that this is going to be an absolute amazing card if that's the case. Okay. Folks, who do we want at Revolution? Do we want MJF and Hangman? Or do we want MJF and El Idolo? El Idolo? I don't blame you. And I know we talked about this before, and it actually makes a lot of sense. Feeling Hangman's going to get some interference against Andrade? Could we get an Ospreay sighting? That's the question. Do we get an Ospreay sighting on Saturday? Against Hangman? Possibly. We could actually get, even MJF could come out and take out I love how hey Nats, by the way, I appreciate you sending that out, but that crew cut's a little it's not tight enough to fit that silhouette. I just had a there's a post coming out that could possibly be AJ Styles tonight. No way AJ's going for the tag titles. Swerve cost Hangman the match? Could you imagine them running that back again? I think it's more the fact that Kenny wants Hangman to win. But that could set up something scary. We could get another Swerve Hangman match at Revolution. Like, once again, like, if they end up not using Kenny at Revolution like we were talking about, it's the same weekend as Capcom Cup. And it's same week as release as Alex, so it's sort of you have to have him there. Or Strong cost Hangman as a member. That very well could be too. Do I want to see Strong move over to the Callis family? Not really. I think he's got enough of a personality himself where he doesn't need to go on the Callis train here. But I also said that about El Idolo too. But because now that he's come back and actually allowed to actually have a character, it seems like things have been working out a lot better for our friend Andrade El Idolo. So, but yeah, tonight's been a lot of fun so far. That Ciampa Fletcher match absolutely was a humbanger. The trios in the tag did their purpose. The Death Riders, once again, fill a role that they need to fill. Just trying to get storylines pushed over the finish line. In the trios match, it was more to set up Hangman and Takeshita. In the tag match, it was setting up the hair versus hair match. The hair versus hair match. And now we get the triple threat, which... These are the two big surprises of the night. Like, these are the two big matches we're getting here. Like, who could be the mystery tag team? That's the question. Hell, it could be Jet Speed for all we know. By the way, how do you like the Jet Set Rodeo shirt? The fact they got a horse, a chicken riding on the back of the horse. Selfishly, what Juice and yeah, Juice and Collision Cowboy, yeah. And of course, the Bucks are home, so they're gonna get a raucous welcome. What if it's Clark and Kidd? Maybe, but Darby took Clark out back and possibly has him in a body bag somewhere. So they're from Ontario, California here. They're from Rancho Cucamonga everywhere else. They're still trying to get rid of all those bucks from when they were the members of the Confederacy there. Could you imagine they have that all stockpiled in the back that they were going to shoot off forever? Now they got to bring it out and use it again. You got to love it when your mascot is a mushroom with a lot of eyes. Myron Reed gets the opportunity to work now. Hey, having a trio and only having 2 work at a time sort of helps you out with the keeping your energy up, right? We called it. We talked about it this morning. Let's go. It's been a while. It's been a while. You got to love it when security's still out here doing their thing. They forgot to put the special rope across. Yeah, these guys got such a raw deal with the tag titles. They got to beat the Bucks finally, and then they got stuck with the Hurt Syndicate. And the Hurt Syndicate just said, nope, and we are done with that. So there's I gotta say, Mark Quenn's put on some muscle here. And from what we've heard in the back, it's Rascals win? Possibly. I almost think Private Party gets it just for the... In a way, this could be the big FU to everybody that said they were leaving. Like he wouldn't have. I really do wish that they would just, focus on this match a little bit. I know they got to bring out these breaking news, but do it right after the match is done, maybe. There's a little bit of history here, just a little bit. I am so glad they brought up that initial tournament. Private Party was the 8th seed, the Bucks are the 1 seed, and the Bucks got upset in the initial tournament way back in 2019. Yeah, 13 months for Private Party not to be in a ring? And you almost wonder why. Like another situation where TK just, and I've been guilty of this too. Like when it comes to, like you're dealing with my GM, there's certain wrestlers you just forget about that you have on your roster. The only difference is in a video game, it's just a stat on a board. But but it's real life, you know. So I get that they're showing the house rules thing here. This tells me that Wheeler's losing. And that's what they're advertising here is not going to be shown on TV at all. It's literally just, it is literally a house show. And it's very special, the fact that AEW is actually doing a house show. They never do house shows. I do and I don't like the fact that they don't do house shows. I do like it for the fact that other promotions could actually use the talent a little more easily. But I don't like it for the fact that, you know, if you're not going to get used, you don't get those reps in. And Desmond just said, yeah, no, we're going over the top. As we go into picture-in-picture once again. But yeah, just this match here, it's interesting because, you know, that it was so coincidental, I guess. You know, funny how you call it a coincidence when you have Sean Ross Sapp reporting all about Private Party this morning, sort of just getting the little buzz back in the head of a lot of the regulars. And just reminding everybody, yes, they are under AEW contract. That was not just a coincidence that they would mention that, right? So, house shows may have been taking a bit too much of the wrestler's body, probably make it a lot better, but it'll probably make them a lot of them better. Yeah. And that's where the double-edged sword of it is, right? And also, it's how many do you do? Like when, because with the old WWF model, they would do a Thursday night. Friday was the taping, or Thursday was the taping even earlier back then. Then you do Saturday, Sunday house shows, Monday Raw, and then you got Tuesday, Wednesday off. Which typically in retail, your Tuesdays and your Wednesdays are your slowest days of the week. So it's kind of like when they lightened up practice for NFL offseason, it felt like injuries went up. Absolutely. And it also depends on what kind of injuries, right? So if they're more worried about concussions rather than ankle injuries, yeah, it's always going to be a trade-off one way or the other, right? So, and I completely get it. Like, repetition does cause a little bit more of a, it keeps you sharp. It also keeps you focused. It also gets you to work on a lot of things. And personally, I feel that it's important that you get the opportunity to do that. So, but, oh, geez, I forgot Brody and MJF are on that card on Saturday too. Folks, if you're not here on Saturday, I don't know what to tell you. It's a 2.5-hour show that feels like it's going to be a damn pay-per-view. And it's literally just a Saturday night show on Valentine's Day. Like, the only reason I can see them not calling it St. Valentine's Day Massacre is the fact that it literally is probably copyrighted by another promotion right now. And now that I think about it, I think that's what NXT is calling their weekend house show tour. This action just isn't stopping, is it? It is just awesome right here. Trying to figure out which corner you going to. So, Chad, I have to ask you. Like right now, what we have is the original format of a triple threat match with tag teams. You have 2 people in the ring at all times, and the third team literally has to tag out. So some way you got to try and tag in some crazy way how to do it. Standing sliced bread, atta boy. Or do you like the new kind of triple threat that they do with one person on each team in the ring and then one other person has to tag? Let's face it, tags don't mean a whole lot this day, especially with Rick Knox in the ring. Like, you want to talk about the closest to a blind ref you can get? I think Rick Knox is it. Personally, I'd go for the 3 people in the ring at all times. Hulk is always so, precise there, cleaning his teeth and whatnot. Always got to show off the pearly whites. So, if you didn't hear, Samoa Joe is actually in concussion protocol right now, so that's why he's not around. That was a counter that hurt. Wow, nice face buster. That was a version of the gin and juice. Instead of coming off the ropes, it was out of a Argentine neckbreaker there that they hit the cutter. Oh, went for the silly string and got it. Come on, Excalibur. How am I calling more moves than you are? All right, Myron just killed him. Oh, shout out to Matt Hardy there. All right, everybody's dead. And a destroyer out of nowhere. Oh, that's got to suck for Isaiah, where he ended up there. Once again, Knox starts his count, and it's not the double down spot. Then they got to hit it. No, this has been a fun night so far overall. Like, it's funny, they got the little post on X that came up here saying AEW's tag division stacked. Every division of AEW is stacked right now. Like, if you wanted to go for a top 5 of everybody, like, I would take that top 5 amongst anybody in the world. In all the divisions. Whether it be TNT, Continental, International. And Myron just goes for the over-the-top. All right, Dez. And Myron winning in his debut? No, nope. Nick, and it's funny because people say, why do they wait before they jump? Because they know they can get in there. And they know if you wait till the last second, it also helps your partner get a little bit of extra rest. Reed avoids but eats 2. Oh, God, the Adam Cole. The Adam Cole and Ricochet. Oh, God. This could be it. Yep. Bucks versus FTR Revolution. Is that Bucks FTR 3? I really do hope that this is a little bit like, I hope this isn't a one and done for Private Party. So they definitely deserve more of a shot here. And of course, Dax has to come in and say something stupid for the next 5 minutes. I'd rather give this time to the women, to be honest. Because right now, yeah. We know the history between these two, but we know they're going overtime today, okay? We get it. But random thought is haven't watched WWE in a while where Lucha. Penta, I do believe, lost a qualifier for the Chamber on Raw. And Phoenix has been featured, but I don't want to say overly exposed on SmackDown. Both of them have worked together a little bit in AAA. But other than that, ended up being sort of like Andrade over in WWE when he went over. Thought it was going to be a lot rosier, and just Penta's doing okay. It's Phoenix who's been really left on the back burner, if you ask me. Well, as long as they're I don't know. Are we going with this bullshit again? Yeah, I kind of figure this is what's going to happen. Don't lift them up. Don't lift them up. Oh, yeah. They didn't lift it over their head, folks. They did not lift it over their head. When these two teams go at it, it's going to be a classic. It's going to be in LA. And it's going to be pretty damn amazing. Let's just call a spade here. All right, we got our main event coming up. And yeah, we are going overtime tonight. So glad we only have 4. Oh. He said he's allowed to wrestle again. Oh, doing the Kung Lao exercise. I love it. My God, when Ospreay comes back, this is going to feel like a major event. Except they won't say when he returns. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be Saturday. I don't know if it's going to be a Revolution. I don't know if it's going to be Double or Nothing. But he's going to come back and he's going to main event that Wembley show. I'm just calling it right now. But as per tradition here, as we wrap up, as we're getting close to getting to our main event here, give you a little bit of rundown what's going on tomorrow. To be honest, tomorrow, I'm hoping to get into Perfect Dark Zero. That's where I was looking to go. I'll see if I can get the 360 hooked up properly. If we don't, I do have a backup that I think you guys are going to enjoy. Also, the PlayStation Direct coming up at 5 Eastern. We're going to be checking along that. I want to see what's coming up for games, get my reaction, see what's going to happen here. There's a few games I want to see. Wolverine has claimed that they're not going to be there. It's going to be an hour-long presentation, so there's going to be a lot more games involved. So, with that, that'll be there exclusively on Twitch. But before we talk about tomorrow, before we talk about Saturday, tonight, after we're done here, episode 6 of BPW Madness is going to be coming up here. It's a go time between Nick Ontario and Mike the Ref. If Nick wins, he is guaranteed the shot to take on MCG to get the wild card title, no matter what happens the rest of the round robin. If MTR wins, then everything's a go for next week. We're also going to be opening the night with Mellow Beast versus Fanboy Brian, essentially in another eliminator match. And then we have a 6-person tag with Chris Zodiac teaming up with the Mega Problems, taking on Kayla J, Attention Spandex, and Game Time Will Jackson. And then in our main event, we're going to be guaranteeing a second person to be part of BPW Arrival in our quarterfinal tournament with PJC taking on Ophelia Payne. So that will be a Twitch exclusive for those watching on YouTube, twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. We are recording that for the Backbreaker Gaming YouTube channel. So make sure you stop by, say hello, let's chat during the matches, let's have some fun. Saturday, we will be here for Grand Slam. As you can tell, it is a pay-per-view worthy card as well. That will be available both on YouTube and on Twitch. And then following that, we will have my GM. Depending how long the show goes, we could go 1 week or 2 weeks. Either way, we're going to have to get through those 2 weeks to get everything done. Then the rest of it, let's play by ear, because it's the tides of February and it's family week. So family day here in Canada on Monday, so we'll see how things go. But whether you're lurking, whether you're chatting, whether you're just looking for a good time, thank you for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, please give the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't already. Consider subscribing if you really enjoy what you see. Never required, but always appreciated. And now we're getting a little preview. I don't mind these video packages, especially with a guy like MJF, that some of his promos have a tendency to run a little long. And the fact that we are technically 3 minutes till the show's supposed to close. I wonder how long they're going to go tonight. I really do. Could this end up being pretty much a non-match? Oh, I thought they were going to literally show the entire match. This promo is longer than the actual match last week. Watch MJF kick Brody King in the nuts to get disqualified in the first 5 seconds just to end things there. You can be as dangerous as you want. If you're a dangerous kitten, you ain't going to do nothing. Having Brody as champion wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, could we get Brody King and Andrade El Idolo for the title? I don't know if that's going to sell as many tickets. It very well could, don't get me wrong. But we're about to head into our main event here, and of course we're running into an ad break as well, so just a heads up for you guys in the Twitch chat. So I got a feeling we got a good 15 minutes here of overtime here. Yeah, and this is why they're not getting full intros, including the proper ring introductions for a championship match. Because everything's just so jam-packed. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Because there's also there's a possibility of a little bit of backlash for what happens here tonight. There was an interview with TMZ that Kris Statlander did, where she really opened up about her belief and trying to figure out what's going on with how to explain to everybody what's going on with her, and just trying to tell everybody trying to define who she really is as a person and what her character is, and with everything going on. And a lot of people were taking it back as, it's because of Tony's booking that she just hasn't connected with the audience. And I don't see it the same way at this point. My personal opinion is just her personality is just changing just enough right now. I think it's really starting to catch on now compared to before. But she went from an alien that never talked to more than any woman to a cosmic killer. Figure out a gimmick and let's go. How many commercial breaks are we going to get out of this? That's the funny part. I hope the Thekla realizes she ain't pulling anybody around. Jericho or Mentor? Maybe. You earned that one, by the way. The only difference is Jericho knows what his gimmick is. He just volunteers to change it all the time. So Danielson's blood's on that strap. You notice they're not saying the name of the person who was in that match? If you guys remember who it was? It was one Ricardo Starks. The joys of ring burn. Now she get a rope burn on the inside. And even Aubrey's like, okay, that sucks. Well, that's how you change things in a hurry. I do love Statlander's comment during that interview about blood, though, because people were very complaining about the blood and guts match where the women bled. Her comment was, well, women bleed once a month. It's not like we can help it. And to which I give a golden coin for that one. But oh, wow. Swinging for the fences on that one. Like, Tekla's got to realize, like, she's not going to be able to get away from Statlander whatsoever. Like, these two are beating the holy hell out of each other. Crowd appreciate what's going on with Statlander right now. Now that is smart by Thekla right there. The way that she did the using jumping as an extra momentum point. And once again, telling Statlander she is number one. They got to be careful because they got that strap caught in between the stairs there. So, oh shit, Stat Daddy bleeding already. We're over the time and we're going for another. They're going for picture-in-picture in the middle, like 5 minutes overtime already. Why don't they just make it 2.5 hours and just be done with it already? Just let it finish on, then it would be finished on time for sure every week. But no, you almost felt that with the comments made earlier, like I said, we were talking about this earlier, where Statlander talked about how they bleed all the time. Statlander bleeder for the month. Yep, I'll give you that one. Statlander being a bleeder that always Oh, and right here, Thekla just taking advantage in all the smart ways of this match. Now, is this the traditional touch the four corners, or is this an actual pinfall or submission? Like, I didn't hear the official rules to finish this off, but I would assume it's pinfall submission if it's AEW at this point. Because AEW is famous for not allowing their screwy finishes for stuff, so they leave their screwy stuff for after the show. But yeah, Statlander's got a lot of headlining to do here. Like, in the process of about 2 weeks, she's going to be, she's got this. Obviously, they're not going to be a part of Grand Slam, but Revolution coming up on the 15th. But on the 8th, Statlander's going to be part of the Eve Pro Wrestling in London. The one that Will Ospreay's helping out with, the all-women's promotion. Statlander's in the main event against Charlie, formerly known as Dakota Kai, having her return match back to wrestling. So Statlander getting featured quite a bit throughout the world here, and it's going to be interesting to see where they go as they're moving across here, because another revelation that just came down in terms of announcements that might clue in on some other stuff. March 31st, it is a Tuesday night. Winnipeg Pro Wrestling has announced that Mercedes Moné will be wrestling on a card there. She is the WPW Women's Champion there. There's actually a tournament going on this Saturday, I do believe. Winner is going to challenge Moné for the title. Like, they got Baszler coming out for it. Nikki Blackheart, if you're familiar with the indies, she's pretty prominent right now. Statlander just going nuts right now. Oh, now straight to the eyes. Ugh. They're pushing the cameraman out of the way. I love it. So now Thekla's got to go up to the top to get in, so might as well do both. Yeah, she had to regardless to get back into the ring, so. Well, that's one way to break it out. But the problem with Thekla is no matter what she tries to do, if Statlander can shorten that strap, it just closes the space and it's just the perfect thing to work out. That's why I always wonder why smaller people compared to the other one, like a lot smaller, would want a strap match. Oh God, I see this. Look at the marks on her back already for Statlander there. And she managed to grab the strap at the same time, so... Yes, Thekla is insane. When you have a boyfriend that looks like Disco Inferno, you would be insane too. But she's trying to turn around. Statlander won't let her. Oh no, this is not good for her. Statlander showing Thekla she made a mistake. Wow. That discus lariat. Just a roll the shoulder. That was not a kick out. I'm almost scared to see what the Instagram photos are going to look like over the next 24 hours. Watching what happens here between these two. Well, you wanted to... Damn, that was close. Somebody's got to hit a finisher here. Oh, this is actually very... Oh. I was going to say that was smart. She's going to flip her over. Tried to whip her out of midair. Uh-oh. One whip. Two whips. Yep, this is how you finish it. Oh, and here we go. Oh my God. Are we getting a title change? She gonna tie her arms behind her back. No way. Wow. There it is. Wow. Good on her. I really didn't want the shenanigans, but... that little bit of interference to end it. I'm going to be honest, I'm not the happiest about that, but it looks like we're not going to get this feud ending right here. What the hell? Oh, here we go. No, Jamie Hayter, Alex Windsor. The Brawling Birds finally getting their intro. I'll give you a horn for that. But we're doing a lot of title changes lately, so interesting how things are going here. I wonder how many more we're going to get this week. Do we get Briscoe? Do we get Brody? Do we get Mega Bad? Like we got an option for 3 more teams to get title changes, or 3 more groups to get title changes here over the next 4 days. But this might also be the way that they get Jamie Hayter into the title picture. That's the other way I could think of it here. But all in all tonight, like, considering they don't have a bunch of the talent here as they're down doing promo for back-to-back weeks, 10 out of 10 shows, absolutely. Like I was saying, even considering that they don't have their A lineup, I would say this is a B lineup right now, with the fact that, you know, you got MJF, you got Brody King, you got Harley and Willow. They're already down in Australia doing promo for the show in Australia coming up on Saturday. You actually had... Your lineup is so stacked, you don't even... I don't want to say you don't need them, but you could produce a show like this without them. Just goes to the depth of the fact that you have such a big roster. And a big quality roster, for that sake. Having Private Party show up this week, which was fantastic. Ciampa versus Fletcher, best... Ciampa versus Fletcher being, like, once again, Modi, best AEW, yeah. Another Modi candidate once again. I want to see them get longer time, but I want to see a rematch because Ciampa does a little different here. I think he's going to be on the PPV coming up March 15th. But now we have Thekla, so we have a different dynamic. We could also get Statlander back in the title picture, so, right? Ciampa versus Ospreay. I think you sit and simmer. I think Ciampa versus Ospreay could be for the world title. There could be a lot of ways to go with that. So let's not jump the cart before the horse here too much. And even the matches that didn't feature like title changes or title ramifications or anything special like that. The Death Rider matches, essentially, with the trios and the tag match, both did very well to serve their purpose. The trios match to set up the Continental Championship match on Saturday, and the tag match to set up the hair versus hair match going on Saturday. I do find it rather funny that Tony Storm isn't down in Australia doing promo work, but I guess with Willow and Harley and MJF and Brody, all them down there already working on it, Tony doesn't need to be live for a lot of that stuff. Like doing the other shows might be just as well. And it also shows people that have gone to AEW shows, hey, we got a lot more talent there. So Fletcher's just on fire in general. Almost every time he wrestles lately, busts out in the same match. Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens when Fletcher does get down to Australia, getting ready for this big match. If he ends up losing the title, does he lose Callis? Like, does Callis toss him out? Does Callis get the boot from... Let's remember Kyle Fletcher was in a tag team for a very long time before he went singles. It took a little bit of growth, but he's always elite. Yeah, I'll give you that. But with that being said, I think that's going to wrap up the Sidecast portion of the show here. So For those watching on YouTube, once again, thank you everybody for being here. I hope you enjoyed the new vertical setup that we had. Judging by the number of people that are popping in back and forth, we've had a really good experience here with it tonight. So we're going to try it again on Saturday and see how it goes. See if I have to fix anything up to get it sorted out better. But there's always tinkering with everything. Next time I'm going to be live over on the YouTube side here. It's going to be Saturday for Grand Slam. So make sure you stop by and join us here. We're always having a good time here. So, but once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Hit the like, hit the thumbs up. Tell all your friends, tell all your enemies, tell everybody. And until next time, we'll see you here over on the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel.